If you have been around here for a hot little minute, you know that Pat McGrath Labs is my all-time favorite makeup brand. I tried my first Mothership palette with Midnight Sun, fell head over heels in love with the entire brand, and here we are a year and a half later. I have a full face of Pat McGrath makeup products. So what we're gonna do today is put a full face of Pat McGrath on. I'm gonna give you guys what I think is worth the money, what I think is something that you can skip, etc. And that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get started. Now before we do, let's do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get zoomed in and put the makeup on. We all knew that I was gonna get to the point of a full face of Pat McGrath products like any day now, didn't we? Didn't we? Well, I'm here. In her last, she did like that one-day VIP sale last month. I actually placed an order with like the rest of the products that I didn't have, like the foundation, the primer, etc. The only thing I don't have from her is the loose face powder because it was completely sold out. And I don't have like the lip balm or the liquid lip, but I have lipsticks, lip gloss, lip liners, eyeliners, whatever other products she has, I do have. She does have her sale going on right now. I don't remember the tiers, but I know the top one is 35% off. All of it will be linked down below for you, and if you do shop through that link in the description box, I do make a little bit of money from it, and thank you so much if you do. It basically all just goes back into this channel and putting content up for you guys. But I do have a surprise. Now you want to make sure that you're subscribed and hit that notification bell because I may or may not have picked up a little Mothership palette to give away to you guys in the month of December. So I'm not giving it away in this video because I don't physically have the palette yet, but I have a little surprise in December and I really wanted to give back to you all and say thank you so much for all of the love and support that you give me on this channel. Now let's just actually get into the makeup, shall we? That was probably pretty long. So the first product that we're gonna use is the primer. Now this is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Primer Base Perfection Sublime. Now I think this is probably my least favorite Pat McGrath product for multiple reasons. The product itself is okay. Like it's not a bad product, but it's not like, I don't think it's a product from her that I think is a must pick up, if that translates at all. Like I just think it's one of those ones that, like, I like my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer so much better than this one, to be honest with you. It's a nice primer, like I'm not saying it's a bad primer, and if you're like you just want to pick it up because it's Pat, like it's still a nice hydrating primer. I just don't think it's like a must product because I don't think it does anything specific. And the other reason why I really don't recommend this product is because of the packaging. This is the most lightest, cheapest, pathetic packaging, and I'm so disappointed in Pat for releasing this. I really am. Like I wish it feels as light as the Bite Upswing mascara, which was like a piece of paper, and then it's got this like paper like sticker on it that's like peeling off, and it doesn't feel luxe, it doesn't feel like Pat McGrath. I don't know, it's just, yeah, this was disappointing. The product itself is fine, it's just not super amazing, and then on top of that the packaging isn't like great, you know? Now the foundation packaging on the other hand lives up to my makeup little gremlins satisfaction. So this is the what is it called, Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I have the shade Light 4, and then look at this. It has a little lid, and then it comes out here. Like it has its little home. Is that not adorable? I love the packaging of the foundation, so congratulations. And then also the actual like packaging of the actual foundation is beautiful. It's like this glass bottle. It feels heavy. It has a lid and a pump. It feels luxurious. It feels Pat McGrath. What you want, what you expect. Now in terms of the actual foundation, it's a good foundation, but you're gonna want to be a specific skin type to like this foundation. It's a funny little kind of foundation. It really doesn't offer a lot of coverage for one. So if you're someone that wants to have a lot of coverage, definitely don't pick this up. It's not a medium coverage foundation. It is a light coverage foundation, and it's kind of a little bit like, I don't even know how to describe this. It's not even like anything I've tried. It just spreads funny, like it kind of sits on the skin instead of melting into the skin. Yeah, if you're someone that has perfect skin, that's a normal skin type, not dry, not combo, not oily, I think you'll probably really like it. And I know a lot of people do find this foundation to be their holy grail. It's not my personal taste. Like I would like to see her come out with a medium to full coverage foundation, I think. and I'll give that a crack. But I don't know if you can see, like even with one layer, you can really still see all my imperfections coming through. And it doesn't like smooth my skin out either. Like when I put my Bare Minerals foundation on, for example, it just really smooths my skin out and takes any texture away. I don't know how to describe it. Can you kind of see how it's sitting on the skin instead of melting into the skin? It just is a funny little foundation. Anyway, so the primer and the foundation, like I said, if you're someone that has like perfect skin or really, really loves a super, super lightweight foundation, then I think you'll probably really enjoy this foundation. But if you're someone that wants a little bit more coverage and really wants it to be kind of like perfecting on the skin, just give it a miss. That would be my tip, just give it a miss. Now it's time for concealer, and this is the Sublime Perfection Concealer. I think it's called Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. There you go, I had it right. I have the shade L4, which is this one, and shade L2, which is this one. I mix them together to create my perfect shade. The product itself is freaking amazing. Anyone that's watched my videos for more than a hot minute around here, you would know that like anytime I try a new concealer or I talk about a concealer, I always compare it to this particular concealer because this is my actual favorite concealer of all time. It is stunning. It's impeccable. I adore it. Listen, I have the under eyes from hell. Like I've got pigmentation, darkness, dryness, texture, fine lines, like little alligatory skin bit here. Like they're not attractive under eyes between you and I. So the fact that I can blend this concealer out and it adds coverage, it takes away the darkness, and it smooths and hydrates at the same time, it's just an utter chef's kiss of perfection. I've said it before, and I'm pretty sure I said this in my Black Friday recommendation video, which I'll link down below for you guys, but like if you haven't tried this concealer, I just don't know what else to say to you to get you to try it, because it's just that good, and that's all I have to say on the matter. It's worth every single cent. So I'm just gonna blend this out. So concealer is blended out, and I just quickly went and put some of my KVD Mod Con gel contour on as well. This is what the under eyes is looking like without any powder or anything like that. It's looking lovely. Now we're going in with the, mine's actually worn away. It's the Sublime Perfection Under Eye Blurring Powder. This is in the shade Light. This is like, I've been through 2 of these before already. It's my all-time favorite under eye powder. I just take my Sigma F35 brush and I just really lightly tap it underneath my eyes, and then I tap it through my T-zone, and oh lordy, is it blurring but still being so lightweight on the skin that it doesn't make anything look cakey or anything like that. This is the kind of powder that would work if you have like any type of skin, oily, combo, dry, normal, because you can really tailor this product to be what you need it to be. Like if you were super dry skin, you'd just use the barest amount and it would still blur. And like, can you already see how much better my skin looks just from using this powder? This is probably one of my most favorite Pat McGrath products actually. It's like magic and a little compact. I'm just gonna go and powder the rest of my face with my Kosas powder because I couldn't get the or the loose setting powder. It was all sold out everywhere. Let's go ahead and move on to blush and highlight now, 2 of my favorite steps in my routine. Now I have 2 highlighters and 3 blushes. Now the 2 highlighters I have is Golden Nectar. I forgot to say this at the start, but I also have a Pat McGrath playlist with every single video I've got using Pat McGrath products, so make sure you go check that out if you want to see like more videos of me using these products, etc. Now Golden Nectar has featured in like so many of my videos. I don't know if you can see the divot in here. I love this highlighter. It is absolutely beautiful. Like I cannot recommend picking up this highlighter enough if you don't have it. But I'm gonna actually use Divine Rose highlighter today because this is the Divine Rose Skin Fetish Ultra Glow highlighter. This is one of my newer ones in my collection, and I haven't actually shown you guys this on camera yet. Look at the pan, is that not? Oh, it's just utter perfection. Now we're gonna go ahead and pick some of this highlighter up, and I haven't got any liquid highlight or anything like that on so that you can see exactly what it's like. The thing that's really nice about this particular highlight that's like different to Golden Nectar is it's very subtle and glowy. See how that's super subtle? Whereas if you watch my Golden Nectar videos, I mean granted I put a lot of highlight on, let's be real, but when you watch Golden Nectar go on, it is very blingy and like almost like wet and metallic on the skin, but in like a really nice way. Whereas this is more like a really soft, ethereal, like glow from within. So they both kind of have their place in my collection. Not everyone needs that many highlighters, but if you wanted to justify it, I'm here to justify it for you. The formulas and the finish of these two highlighters are very different, and they're both very, very, very good and very high quality. Like, I recommend them both. Now blush I have, and again, I have reviews on most of these in my collection. So this is Desert Orchid, which you guys have seen before. And then this is Flirtatious, which again, you guys have seen before. And then this is my new little baby. This is Electric Bloom, and look at her. Ooh, lordy, she is beautiful. That's like the most unique blush color I have in my collection. And that's the thing about Pat blushes, you guys, is her colors are really unique. Even if you think they look the same as what you've already got, when you get them, they're gonna be slightly unique and slightly different to what you already own. And they're a beautiful, beautiful formula. They're very buildable. They're not like super high pigment on the skin, so you can just softly build them up to be as intense as you like. And then they're very, very, very long wearing, and they're very airbrushing. They're a beautiful, stunning formula. Definitely lived up to the hype in my opinion. Now I'm going to take Electric Bloom today because I haven't used her on my channel yet. I've only used her, I put a little bit over the top of my Natasha Denona Glam Palette review the other day. Anyway, you don't care. Let's put this on. See how it's just a really soft, like you look at this and you're like, oh my God, girl, that's terrifying. But then you put it on and it's like, you can tell I'm wearing blush, but it's just so soft and subtle. And you can just build it up to be whatever you like it to be. It's just perfection. Okay, so we're moving on to eyeshadow now. Now, as you know, you can kind of see the corner of them right here. I have pretty much all of the Mothership palettes except for Decadence, and I also have the Celestial Odyssey palette and a quad, which I have the Venus in Fleurs quad. Let's not talk about it. I don't like it. Love the Motherships. Haven't met a Mothership that I don't recommend. I also have 2 videos ranking all of my Mothership palettes. I have a heap of videos doing looks with my Mothership palettes, etc. So go and check out like my Pat McGrath playlist if you want like more info on that. Now, I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna create a look. I'm not gonna stick to one palette. I'm just gonna let it fly free and see where the creativity takes me. I'm gonna come back and I am going to recreate it with you guys. So this is the finished eye look. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I know it's not super wearable, but I just really wanted to sit down and have some fun and kind of play with makeup today. So I used 3 palettes, I know, but honestly, you don't need all of these palettes. A lot of the times I'll dip into more Motherships because I'll want like different matte colors, which is actually the case kind of today. The first thing that I'm going to do is prime with my NARS primer, like I always do. Now the first shade that I went into is Midnight Sun, and I went just into this tan color right here. So I only use Midnight Sun for this transition shade. So again, like just, if you don't have Midnight Sun, just pick up a transition shade as essentially, you could even use your bronzer. And I just really concentrated it. I started off just by like building in this outer corner, and then I'll slowly like blend and bring it out kind of thing. And we're just fluffing it, but we're not fluffing like normal, we're kind of fluffing and squiggling, you know? Because we use the technical terms over here, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is a Delium Tool 776 if you're wondering. While we're here, I'm switching to my Refa 13 and I'm going into that same shade, and I'm going to run this underneath the lower lash line here, smoking it out slightly today. Now going into my favorite brush, which is the Refa 14, we are going into the dark brown here in Bronze Seduction. So again, if you don't have this palette, just pick a dark brown that you have in your collection. And we're going to wiggle this again in the outer corner, really focusing. I picked up the wrong color. I actually meant to say we're going into this brown right here, but that's okay. I do go in with that brown eventually, but switch. It's just gonna be a lot darker in this outer corner now. Dang it. Anyway, we're just basically putting this through the crease. I really wanted a dark smoky crease. It's gonna be a lot darker now on this side. Let's just pretend it's all the same. Thank you so much. And I'm just running that really lightly underneath here as well. Okay, so now we're going into my Intensify stick. So this is like a, I guess it's kind of like an eyeshadow primer, but for metallics, and it's designed, it can go over the top and underneath metallics. I like to use it underneath mainly. It just stops a lot of fallout as well, which I really like. And I'm just gonna put this on my lid about 3/4 of the way. The first color we're going into, so we're going into Celestial Odyssey, one of my favorite palettes this year, and we're going into this beautiful orange color right here. I love this freaking orange color. It's, oh, this and the green I think is my favorite shades in the Celestial Odyssey. Highly recommend picking up Celestial Odyssey in the sale, you guys. I didn't know when I filmed my Black Friday recommendations if it was gonna be in the sale. It is in the sale. Cannot honestly recommend it enough. I really, really do. It's like one of my favorite palettes this year. So we're just gonna press this onto this outer corner here, just kind of keeping it in a straight line. You don't want to bring it too far in or anything, just so it's like got a hint of color here. All I did was I literally turned to the other side of this exact same brush, and now we're going into this spectacular green right here. I know I've done a few looks with this green, but I can't leave it alone. I love it. And we're just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna pat it right here. Don't want it to be too much, just a little bit. Now we're going into Bronze Seduction, and we're going into this red shade right here. This is just a Lunar Beauty number 7 brush, and I'm just going to wet this one because it is the special shade. It will get a lot of fallout. And we're just gonna press this into the inner corner and like, look. Girl. It's just, oh. Pat's eyeshadows, like they just honestly bring me so much joy. I love them so much. Now I just picked up this like little pencil brush, and I'm going into this shade from Celestial Odyssey. I really like this one for the inner corner. And again, I'm wetting the brush, and we're just gonna pop that in here. Kind of like swoop it up a little bit, but mainly just concentrate it on this little center bit. This is the Pat McGrath Labs eyeliner. This is the Perma Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in Extreme Black. I really like this. I got this in a mini set with the mascara from her website. So I just put that in my upper waterline there. And this is a really, really, really high quality eye gel. I really like this eye gel, eye pencil, you know what I mean? It's like the Charlotte Tilbury one where it doesn't irritate my eyes at all, so I can wear it to work and stuff. So I really like it. It's a lot darker, like it's a lot blacker than the Charlotte Tilbury one, and it's a lot more emollient. So if you're looking for something that's like really easy to smudge and stuff, then this is probably a better one to go than the Charlotte Tilbury. We are onto mascara now. I have both of Pat's mascaras. This one I've used in a lot of videos. I think it was my Subliminal, it was my Subliminal Mothership review, like the first time I tried Subliminal. That will be in my Pat McGrath's playlist if you're wondering. I tried this mascara for the first time, so if you want to see like kind of my first thoughts etc of this mascara, then go check that out. And then this one I've tried like once or twice before. I like this one a lot more. This one's nice, but this one is more like thickening and volumizing. It just like, the best way to describe this is it like really plumps your lashes up and kind of like creates that thickness at the lash line to make it seem like you've really just got those like thick, beautiful volumizing lashes, whereas this one's more like lengthening is the best way to describe it. So I like the other one better. This one's still fine. If you like lengthening though, you're gonna prefer this one. Let's go ahead and put this one on. This one is called the Dark Star Mascara, by the way. Okay, so this is the eyeshadow done and the mascara on. So it is nice. It's definitely growing on me the more, like, you know how you need to let like mascaras just sit for a little bit before they get like really good? It is kind of getting to that stage now where it's getting a lot like of a thicker formula, so it's better. Let's go ahead and move on to lips. I have one lip liner from her, which is the color Suburbia, and it is very pretty. It's like a brownie with a slight mauve to it. It's very pretty. The one thing I'll tell you about Pat McGrath lipsticks is they really are more of a, they're not a beginner lipstick, and they're not like an easy breezy lipstick kind of thing. Like you do need to wear a lip liner with them really, and you do want to like be careful when you're putting them on. Like, you know those lipsticks, like Charlotte Tilbury Runway Model, for example, is one of those lipsticks that you don't need a lip liner on. You could literally be in the car like putting your lipstick on as you drive. Not that you should do that, but like, and you don't need to look, you could just like get out of the car and you know it's probably looking pretty good. Whereas like the Pat McGrath ones, they're so creamy and pigmented that like if you were to do that, you 100% would kind of probably have that all over your face, that kind of a thing. So if you're someone that really loves lipstick and lip products and bold lip colors and like super, like they're the most pigmented lipsticks I have ever tried, hands down. The most pigmented, and you don't mind a little bit of fuss around them. Like I'm making them sound like you need to be a rocket scientist to use them, and you don't, obviously. But if you don't mind a little bit more fuss than just like a meh, 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 and meh, then these are for you. But they are a beautiful formula and they have their place. So let's go ahead and put Suburbia on. Oh, I really like the lip liner, by the way. Well worth the money. Super creamy, doesn't budge, really, really nice. And then I'm actually gonna take my favorite, which is Lady Stardust, and I'm gonna put this all over the center. And then I'm gonna take Divine Rose and put this all over. This is the gloss. All right, let's zoom out. And this is the full face of Pat McGrath makeup. What do we think? What are your thoughts? I mean, look, I'm actually loving the eyeshadow look so much. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow looks I think I've created. I freaking love it. These colors are so pretty. I also really love the lip. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you going to shop the Pat sale? What are you thinking of picking up? Or are you just like, Pat's just not for me, girl? And that's okay too. All right, that is it. If you're watching till this point, you know you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you so much. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I hope that you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye. This one is not so much your friend, it's more of a loose acquaintance. You'll meet your friend down the line, you know? It's got to go back in its little home though. In you go. Night night. That's just my under eyes. It's a delight. How fandangle was that?